We are speaking with Pierre Dagenais, President and General Manager of Aménagement, Côté, Jardin, Inc., winner of the 2020 Caterpillar-sponsored NALE Commercial Landscape Construction category for the Parvis du Parc Frédéric CESM project. Sherry, did you want to talk to us a little bit about your sponsorship?
Yes, of course. We're so proud to sponsor an industry that is very strong, provenly strong, and one that is obviously growing as well. So thank you for all your hard work. And I'm looking forward to hearing more about your project.
Yeah, so Pierre, on to you then. Tell us a little bit about your company, maybe how long you've been in business, how you're growing.
Yeah, well, the company was founded in 1984, which is 36 years ago. We were two partners at the time. And since 2017, I bought back my partner and I'm alone. We started, like I guess most companies, as a residential company, but very fast we moved to commercial projects, and then as we grew bigger, we got into municipal and institutional projects. That is how we got today to build the Parvis du Parc at the Frédéric Park. And when we started, like, there was only the two of us. But you know, at the end of the first year, there was already 6 of us, and nowadays we're about 60 in the company. You know, 10, 12 people in the office, and 45, 48 people on the ground. And you know, we specialize in complicated projects. Whenever other companies don't want to go, that's what we like.
Awesome.
This one doesn't look any different. So can you tell us what your role was with this winning project and the role that you play right now within your company?
Okay, well, being the owner and CEO of the company, my role is not direct in the project, although this was one of our first big and major project for the city. So I was involved, but mostly as a supervisor. So I would supervise a contract. We do have a contract manager, which would take care of all the sub-trades, giving away subcontracts, organizing everything in the office. And then we had one superintendent in the field that was taking care of organizing everything on a daily basis, organizing arrival of the different sub-trades and of all our teams, all of our workers. So basically my job was more an administrative part of the project, and of course the financial part of everything. That's but being one of the first big projects we did, you know, it was kind of sentimental, so I got more involved than I normally would.
Awesome. I'm just wondering if you can tell us a little bit more about yourself and your staff as far as qualifications. Particularly, I'm interested in if any of your staff have the Red Seal Landscape Horticulturalist designation, or you know what the training and qualifications are of your people on the ground.
Well, our estimator is an engineer, so that's, you know, the person who estimated the job was an engineer. Most of my staff are mostly technicians, so you know they've studied in general landscaping. Most of them, they grew with the company. Like I said earlier, we started as a company that did small residential projects, and then we got into bigger ones, and then we got into commercial projects. And so we kind of developed a specialty with, as I said earlier, complicated projects. And, you know, I guess it's our experience that makes the difference, and it's our eagerness to do things better than others, and it's you know, that's, whoops, I'm missing here. I'll start that again. Basically, it's the experience that we build over the years. That's what's differentiate us from the others. And I would say that we're also very keen on quality. We're known for quality and delivery on time. So when we see a project like that, what we see is a challenge. It's, you know, it's not something that worries us or frightens us. It's a challenge. And my employees, they like to see something that they've never done before and try and figure out how they're going to do it. So that's basically what our strength, that's where it is.
Okay, I had a follow-up question, but I think you've answered it, which is why this particular project was special. So I'll move on to Sherry.
Well, what was special about this project too is it's built on a landfill, and it's in an area of the city where there were no major parks before this one. So this is kind of a landmark in that area in the north of the Montreal city, and it's the first big park in that area. Also, it is very ecological oriented because it's built on a landfill. So that was very interesting. The challenge was also it's a huge site. It's 700 meters long by about 150 meters large. There was a lot of decontamination to do, a lot of waste management, and a lot of remodeling of the land. So it was not an easy one. It lasted for about 18 months.
So you just mentioned that this was probably one of the biggest projects that you guys have worked on, and that was the course of the project. Was it 18 months or exactly how long did it go from planning to end? How did that work out, and what was that timeline like?
Okay, well, planning is not something that we do because we're general contractors. We don't do any design. So we quote on jobs and then we win the bids. So that's how we got this one. We got about 2 months to plan the job, which is not much because this is the kind of job that you would need more like 4 or 5 months to plan everything. But fortunately, it was given to us midsummer, so we did some of the work in the fall, and then we had all winter to plan the next season. So basically, when I say 18 months, it's because it started in midsummer, and then it ended at the winter of the next year. So we had it's 18 months, but if you take away the winter, it's like 12 months altogether of actual work. So that's how it went.
So you say that it was mostly designed by other people. Did you have any role in selecting plant material, or what did you just do, like you say, the general contractor role?
Yeah, we're like a general contractor. It's an architect firm that designed everything. Although when there's changes or when we see things that we think won't fit, then because we've been known for a long time, we have a big experience. So they will value our IDs, and so that's an added value that we have is we have ideas on things that will or will not work on the field. So that's when we'll intervene in that area. But otherwise, we're just we're just a general contractor, but a very good one. I like to think so. Anyway,
It looks obvious.
Another thing about this project is, if you look at the slide that's on is the atrium, the construction there. Now this construction, if you see the length of it, it's like 50 feet long, and you have some H-beam on top of it to all the structure. They're 50 feet long. It's kind of a big construction. Only that thing is worth, like, if I remember well, like $1 million. So, because if you look at the lighting, the structure, the design on the sides and the metal plates, it's not an easy structure. It's kind of the main attraction of the park.
So actually I'm going to add a question here. I was reading that you also use some of the recycled materials in some of the construction. Is that some of the limestone and other things? How was that incorporated into the project?
Okay, it's more like in the previous slide, you could see in front of this one. You see there's a kind of a green wave and topped by a white wave. These material are broken glass, and they are there. Well, it was supposed to make it is making kind of a wave. Although with time it move a little bit, but the idea is to because now this landfill is now a recycling site, so you will see in these construction we call in French, we call them gabions. I don't know what they're in English, but it's rock, it's metal cages filled with rocks. Some of them were filled with, in that case, broken glass. Some of them were filled with recycled plastic or recycled toys, things like that, just to emphasize the fact that we got from a landfill to a recycling site, which is quite interesting actually. And now it is a huge park. It is getting to be a landmark in Montreal. So this, you can see those recycling spots in different places in the park. This is the major one, this wave there.
So Pierre, what was it like working with the city as a client and the other tradespeople on the site?
It went well. Actually, this project was built by the city, but through what they call the Service des Grands Parcs. This is the entity that takes care of all the big parks in Montreal. Would it be the Montreal? Would it be Le Parc La Fontaine? All the big parks that they are the one who manage them. So we had to deal with them. They're known to be really picky and fussy. For some reason, we didn't feel that at all. I mean, this project went very well. They were cooperative, probably because also one thing that we do is we always try and see problems before they arise. So instead of, stopping the job or asking for a lot of money because, whoops, there's something that nobody knew, we kind of know it's there. We tell them this is going to come. So when we get there, we should think of a solution. We have a solution. We should do that, blah, blah, blah. So this attitude that we have, the city or whatever people we're working with, they like that, because then when we get to the point where we need an answer, it's already there. Most of the time though, because I mean, even though we will give them a couple of weeks ahead, sometimes it takes more than that. It's still a municipality, so it doesn't always go as fast as you would like it to go. But the relation was good, very good, with the architect as well. We're all very proud of the result. The result is beautiful. It doesn't show in those pictures because we went there when we knew there wouldn't be that many people, but the park is being used more and more. So that's the aim. If you want people to use things that you build.
So this is definitely a unique environment. It's a beautiful environment now, but you mentioned a few things about it being a landfill. Was there anything else as far as plant selection that changed because of the underlayment, or you mentioned having to remodel the land basically? Any other considerations that had to be put into place because of the conditions you were working with?
Not really because of the conditions, because there's a good layer of soil between the landfill and the actual surface. But if you look at the different pictures, you'll see that you have some mature trees. Of course, those were there. They were kept. We kept all the trees that were in good shape. But then the rest of the trees that we put in are indigenous trees. And a lot of the green surfaces that you see are seeded, what do you call them? Seeded prairies. Yeah. So that, they would need as less maintenance as possible. The surfaces of grass that they actually have to cut is only maybe 1/10 of the total surface. So most of the surface is more like renaturalisation. I don't know what you say, how would you say it in English, but it's like we're trying to get it back as nature would have it. So no maintenance at all. So that's how they chose most of the plants there, the plant material.
So you mentioned that the park is really busy now. The community's really making use of it. What are people saying about the work in particular that you did?
I don't know about the people who live there because I don't live there, but it's been already 4 years that since we built that project, and people that I know still talk to me about it, because when it's on the side of a very busy street, which is the Boulevard Papineau, which is also leading to a highway that goes up north of Montreal. And so a lot of people that I know pass by, and even though they probably told me 10 times that it's beautiful, 5 years afterwards, they still do. So that's, people like it. It's nice. I think it's beautiful. And as I said, it's getting to be a landmark. So I think mostly it's the construction in the middle of the atrium, and as you can see now, it's only it's not very dark, but when it's at night, it's just beautiful. When it's and they keep it lighted every day, so it's really nice at night, and it makes a nice impression. So yeah, people still talk about it 5 years afterwards.
What does it mean for you and your company to receive this award? I know it's probably puts an additional stamp on the quality that your company stands for, but what else does it do?
Well, we're very proud about it. Although I say we're proud, I couldn't tell everybody yet, but the few ones that I told, they're very happy about it. It's, you know, we're kind of used to winning contest prizes in Quebec, and that's very nice. But to be recognized throughout Canada, it means something else. It means that the work that we did is recognized all over the country as something important, I guess. So being myself kind of an environmentalist, yes, I think it's nice that people realize the importance of recycling, the importance of leaving landmarks behind us, but landmarks that are going to be meaning something for the future, for our kids. You know, with everything that's going on in this world today, it's nice that sometimes you can settle down into a park, and again, to that special thing to be recognized throughout Canada, I think that's very nice, and it shows something to me. So yes, we're very proud of that, very happy about it, and I'm anxious to share it with all of the team, because I kept the secret so far.
Well, congratulations. Yes.
Not easy.
No, just another week and a half or so, Pierre, and then you can announce.
Yeah.
I think it's an amazing project, particularly because of the history of the site. The work just looks like outstanding, first class. I love the way you use the Gabions in English, just a little bit different pronunciation, I guess, to use some of the recycled material. I think it's just an amazing project. So congratulations. You well-deserved award, obviously. So it's too bad we can't be in person this year for the presentation, but we'll do our best to edit this podcast down or this webinar down. And is there anything else you want to add, just in closing? Yeah, well, thank you. And we'll try to make it again next year so we can do it in person, maybe. Who knows? Yeah, it is a different way of life right now, that's for sure. Yeah, I know, it's very different, but well, you know, again, it's changing things, maybe for the better, who knows, long term, hopefully. And yeah, we hope to get back into the contest within the next years, because there are a lot of nice projects going on now in Montreal, and we're part of a lot of them. So you'll probably see more of us, hopefully. Terrific. Sherry, did you have anything to add in closing?
No, I do not. We do just congratulate you on this success, and we hope to see more ahead.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Pierre. Say congratulations to your staff and the people on the ground that were involved as well on behalf of the CNLA for all of the work.
I will, for sure.